Hello, beautiful people.
Souls.
We hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday. We just wanted to come to you as we were just moving through something and we wanted to share it with you. We were thinking about Queens at Bridge and why we've really created what we've created and how it was sort of birthed through us. And to be honest, it was like making us emotional. We're like, you know what, we need to share the reasons behind what we do. Get real, raw and authentic. And to be honest, this is the vulnerable stuff, that's within our souls. You know, a lot of people see us living an incredible lifestyle, the freedom lifestyle and all of that. And yes, that may be true, but there's been so many things that we've had to overcome and that we've had to face to become who we are today. So we wanted to share the real, raw, authentic truths about Queens at Bridge, about us and about why we're doing, like why we have this drive to do what we are doing here on the planet. So yeah,
100%. You know, I think one of the things is like, you know, a lot of people that that are on this page or that, you know, tune into Queens at Bridge, they've seen us, you know, running our transformation programs, and really our core driver of that is to help you awaken to your highest potential. And the reason, you know, we're 3 years old now, and now that we're evolving, you know, and we're also stepping into the transformation, but also stepping into helping others who want to create coaching businesses to actually help other people awaken to their higher potential as well. And, you know, it's such a pivotal time at the moment on the planet for that. And I guess we'll share a little bit more about that in some other videos. But, you know, we know that we're just two people. Like, we want to, you know, if we could, we'd love to touch everyone on the planet. And don't you worry, we're going to try. But, you know, we're not that naive to think that we're going to, you know, be able to impact every single person on the planet. So because we've been able to figure out the pieces on how to create a lifestyle like this and balance and alignment, and to be able to help people in this way and through our business, we're really, you know, now transitioning so that we can start giving that back to others and showing them the roadmap so that they can help others.
And the real reason why is because like my story and Luce's story is really what has driven us to our pain, and our suffering has driven us to create these processes. Because, you know, I never want another human to suffer like I did, to have to hide who they really are, to have to not be okay with being their true self, to have to feel unworthy and unwanted and never good enough. And I literally felt like I was living a dream, like struggling with eating disorders, alcoholism, sexual abuse, gambling addictions, any addiction, you name it. But I was just caught in this vortex of not being good enough and just feeling like I was always going to be a failure. So it led me down a really dark path. It led me to an awakening moment. And I always knew something within me, that I was here to help others, that I had something special in me, that I had a unique, great potential within my soul. Like, I just knew that. And you know, it wasn't until I met Lucy and I, you know, overcome so many different things and started to find the answers to actually how to overcome things, that, you know, it was like my breaking point was like, I wanted to step out as a coach, and I was like really afraid. I just felt so unworthy. Everything was failing. I kept trying to meet contacts. I kept people rejecting me. I was at this like real pivotal point that I actually got to a point where I was supposed to launch my first program, and I actually slipped over, knocked myself out on the ground and had a full panic attack, because that's how afraid I was of being seen and judged. I just couldn't bear to be seen and judged in my own skin and like for who I truly am, because I was so rejected. I was so not wanted. I was so misunderstood and misunderstood that I just didn't know how to be my true expression. So I literally have been spending my life's work now with Lucy in Queens at Bridge, creating an internal system to help anyone overcome any block, any limiting belief, any trauma, anything that's holding you back from expressing your true self and potential. Because I don't ever want another human being to have to suffer like I did, to have to hide in a bed, to have to think you're not good enough, that you're always going to be a failure, that no one's ever going to love you, that you're never going to make your dream life happen. So that pain, that suffering has driven me, and the universe put in all these places I didn't know at the time, but has now I've been able to create this system that allows any person to step out and to release that trauma, to release that blocks. And now I'm going in deep working with coaches because I've had to overcome my own blocks and traumas, and that is what I want. I know there's so many human beings out there on the planet that can help people. I know there's so many human beings on the planet that have amazing potential, but they're afraid to be seen. They're afraid to step out. They're afraid to be their true self. So that is the reason why I'm coming forth and bringing forth this internal system that I've created to help you excel into your higher self. And that's really where mine comes from.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, babe. And, I guess that's what, Millie's created the internal system, and my journey's been the complete opposite. I didn't really have a lot of the underlying blocks about not feeling good enough and all that. Like, obviously I've had those through time, but the biggest thing for me was I grew up, as a child that was heavily abused and abandoned. My mum was very mentally unwell, and it was undiagnosed, and my entire life I watched all of my brothers and sisters go down their own path of destruction through drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, you name it. And I always tried to save them in any way that I possibly could, and everybody would just continue to destroy themselves. I remember so many times just, being on the floor in pain because I couldn't help them. I couldn't help anyone, and I felt helpless. And that really sparked my journey from a young age. I think I was 13. I realized I wanted to be a business owner because I saw all these business owners out there that had full control of their life, and they had money to be able to, provide safety on their own terms without needing anyone else to provide them that safety. And as soon as I finished school, I went and got a business degree, and I started working with coaches and consultants, and I've been working with them ever since. So it's been an 11-year journey now. But the biggest core for me, the core driver for me is finding safety and security without needing that from anyone else, because I never had that. And I guess, coming together with Millie over the last 3 years, that's without even realizing it. I'd created a business for myself in deep scarcity, and I'd stopped myself from earning certain amounts of money because I was so afraid to go under a certain threshold of money or to take a jump into, the next big leap, because I was afraid that I wouldn't have safety, and no one in my family would ever, if my business failed, my parents wouldn't be able to provide for me. They continued to show me subconsciously my whole life that they wouldn't support me in that way. So, and that's been such a big journey with Mel, coming together, with her, with her system internally, and me needing to be a full embodiment of that, teaching this work and coming together. It's really been quite a beautiful journey, and also a really trying one as well.
And also me learning what Lucy has with all of this structure to help get my gifts out to the world. We didn't really realize that our love, our Queens at Bridge energy, Millie and Lucy coming together, was the most incredible gift that we ever could have got, that the universe brought us together, the yin to the yang. It's like bringing it both together is the power, because I've been able to, through the systems that Lucy's helped me with create, being able to express myself and earn my worth and earn those things. So it's been such a beautiful journey, because the underlying thing between all of it is, and the reason that we're stepping into this is because we have a mission on this planet. Lucy and I are bound by mission. We're bound by our purpose, and we want all humans to really be free, to live life on their own terms, express and serve in their soul gifts, and actually have a life of freedom. Because we believe that there's a lot of us that are trapped in the mundane, trapped in jobs they don't like, trapped in their own mind of unworthiness, trapped in thinking they'll never be more. But the truth is that there's so much more out there, and we want to awaken the planet to their potential. And now we want to help coaches who have that same drive, purpose and potential and passion to help awaken more people and help give people better lives, because we've been able to do it. We've found this sweet spot roadmap that really is allowing coaches internally and externally, through removing all the blocks, getting yourself into a place where you can actually step out and be owned through Lucy's systems and processes to actually make the money that we've got this beautiful roadmap that allows you to get to 100K. And that really, why 100K? Because that's really the sweet spot. That's really you having freedom and control and being able to live a life on your terms.
Yeah, 100%, and, as Mel said, like, we were trapped. Like, this wasn't a life that we just stepped into. We've had to go through so many trials and tribulations. Before I met Mel, like, I went through 8 years of trying to figure out every strategy piece of the puzzle, and then coming together, we've had to mold all the structures, the systems, the funnels, the ads, all of those pieces into the internal system, literally, so that we could create freedom. And, as Mel says, like, what does 100K give you? What does 6 figures give you? It gives you freedom. It gives you freedom to choose. It gives you, that lifestyle where you can literally live and do whatever you want. It allows you to, work on your own terms and work on whatever you want on your own terms. It allows you the energy so that you don't even have to work with that many people. Like, for 10K, if you create a 10K program, which we've been able to figure out exactly how to create, you only need 10 people. Imagine how much more energy you have to be able to share your message with the world and grow your audience. I mean, that's a bigger reason why we do this, why every single coach that we talk to does this. So that they can share their message. They've got a message that the world needs to hear, and every single person is here to serve a certain group of people and to activate a certain group of people. We're not for some people, but you probably are, and it's so important that you take those steps forward to be able to share that message with the world, because it's so important.
And to be able to give back. Like, we've been giving back and supporting local Indonesian Bali families for the past 2 years. We've been giving back to local companies that we've given back thousands of dollars because we're in a position where we've created that. So we want to create a new norm because we've got the roadmap. We really do. Like, we've put our heart and soul, and our whole journey has been coming together to get this out to the world, to help more coaches. So if you're a coach, or you're an inspiring coach, or you're a leader, or you've got a message, or you're an entrepreneur that wants to get your message out into the world, you're going to need money to do that. You're going to need the confidence to do that. You're going to need all these pieces to do that. So we're coming, and we know you've got greatness within you. We know that there's so many beautiful coaches, entrepreneurs, leaders, light workers, healers, whoever you are, that are ready to step out. So we're making a call for those beautiful people who want to come forth, who want to serve their purpose and get that out into the world, because 100%. This is such a big part of our mission, and this is why we're really being truthful and authentic. And we've had to come so many ego deaths, so many blocks, so much trauma, so much things that have happened in our past to become who we are right now, and we're still evolving. We're humble students for life in this game down here on earth. We are always evolving. So we just wanted to share a little bit about why we're doing this, because we want the best for the planet, and we want to awaken, and we just see the potential of, like, imagine a community full of coaches just making incredible impact, more people getting better, more money on the planet, and just people feeling incredible about what they're doing on the planet.
100%. So if you do feel called, to have your message heard louder, to find the ways to get your message out to the planet, to break through those blocks that are stopping you from sharing your truth and your message with the world, to help activate others. And you, as Mel said, like, you do need money to serve. Like, we tried to serve so many times from a place where we didn't have the finances we needed, and that's exactly why we've created this 5-day free workshop, where literally it will allow you to give you all the tools you need to create 6 figures in the next 6 months. And what we'll do is we'll pop that link down somewhere in the comments if you do feel called to join. And
if you're a coach, or if you're a healer, or if you're a light worker, or if you're an entrepreneur, if you know of someone who needs this to get their message out into the world, you can feel free to share this. Share it to that person, because this could be the moment that allows them to step into their truth and make their purpose on the planet.
Mwah. Thank you.